Hi guys. So, I floor pressed 150 for 10. Great, right? Yeah, so what does it mean? It just means I floor pressed 150 for 10. But if you type that into a 1 rep max calculator online, that comes up with near on 200 kilos. So for me, that's really exciting. 200 kilo bench, man, that's sick. Now, I don't know how that's going to correlate over to a flat bench again when I get back into a gym once the lockdown is over, but it's still a 2 rep PB on whatever I've ever managed to do in the gym before in one big set. Now, how did I get there? So when the lockdown started, I didn't really do much for a week or two. But then I started training again properly, and I started doing these pyramids. So I do 5 sets, and I literally, the first set I do is a working set to the last set I do is a working set. All right, and I've just been going up from 70, 120 to 150, back down to 120, and then back down to 70, and I'm AMRAPing each and every one. I'm doing as many as I can. Now, the reps are cut short slightly at the top, so I'm not fully locking out, and I know from experience that the training adaptation is identical, but you can't, it doesn't quite lend itself as well to the 1 rep max calculators when you train without locking your elbows completely out, because doing that extra range of motion is harder, and guaranteed if I had locked out every rep, I probably would have been closer to more like 8 reps. So I don't actually think I'm capable of doing the 200 kilos floor press just yet, but it would be interesting to see how close I could get. I'm going to be testing that within the next few weeks, so watch out for the next video where I test my floor press 1 rep max. That's going to be quite good. But yeah, so I've been doing this pyramid style training that I started doing with one of my clients, and it worked out really fucking well. Strength suddenly just started going through the roof, even after doing all the reps in the first and second set up until we got to the top set where you expect your best performance or whatever relative to intensity. And we started playing around with different ways of upping the ante each session, and literally every session he came in, at least one of the sets goes up, which is really cool. So you always go away with something a little bit positive. So yeah, I started off on like 70 in the 30 or 40 rep range, 120 up in the maybe 10 to 15 rep range, and then 150, the most I could get was 2 or 3, and then for whatever time lockdown started to now, it's been like 4 weeks, I think, something along those lines. Anyway, I've now done 100 reps at 70. I've done 30 reps at 120. I've done 10 reps at 150, and I did the same back down again. And it just blew my mind. I'm like, what the? And I've got to say, nothing really too much has changed in terms of the frequency of my bench press training with the barbell. The massive thing that has changed is that I started doing push-ups every day. So apart from the days that I was doing floor pressing, so for the 5 other days of the week, I was doing 5 sets AMRAP in push-ups as well. Now I did them on chairs with a slightly bigger descent, slightly closer hand position, but could very much feel the chest working like excellently. And that hadn't really gone up massive amounts, so that started around the kind of like 12 to 15 rep range, and that's gone up to sets of 25 now. So it's a decent increase, but not a sort of rep range that you'd expect to see other, you know, progression at a much higher weight, especially when you're working with something so close to your 1 rep max. It's like in the 85% rep range, 85% intensity range for my 1 rep max. So yeah, super pumped, super excited about how the progression there is going. We'll see where it goes from here. as I say, I'm looking to test soon and see where my one rep max floor press is going, where it's actually at. I'll do another video on that. But because I hit this kind of like milestone with my floor press, I'm going to up the weights for today. Today is the next floor press session. So I'm going to be going, I'm just going to be upping each set by 10 kilos, which is like 5.5%. Yeah, so it'll be 80, 130, 160, and I'll build from there. I'll report on the numbers that I get, and yeah, I'll keep you up to date with what I think is most contributing to that strength development. And the interesting part is seeing how that then translates to bench pressing when I get back in the gym, and then ultimately in competition. So, you know, it's quite exciting. I could come out of this lockdown with a 200 kilo bench, 20 kilo increase on 1RM. That's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm working towards now. That's kind of like what I've latched my mind onto now that I've seen that increase. Could be more, who knows? But yeah, time will tell. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.